You got to make a distinction between two sets of issues. The one on principle is the idea of intervention, the national security state, what the NSA ought to be allowed to do and not to do, how to use the drones. That is a significant issue. That's a matter of principle. There are divisions. I do think it's exaggerated because it's much more a matter of degree. It isn't a matter of black or white. The other issue, the one you're talking about now, I think is a ginned up issue for this reason. It's all about tactics. It's not about what do you think about Obamacare. The tactic that these brave people are telling us we have to do is to jump off a cliff so we can show our manhood. There is, unless you believe that you are ready to shut down the government, unless you're ready to deliver on the threat, you don't go near there. And we know that every time Republicans in opposition have threatened to shut down the government, they've had to blink because it turned against them. If I thought it would work, I would support it. There is not one chance in 100 that the threat of shutting down the government is going to succeed.
You and Rove agree. But that isn't stopping the far right, or whatever you want to label the talk radio guys and some cable guys. That isn't stopping them. All right, they say this is it. If you're not with us on this, you're against this, you're a rhino, a Republican in name only, you're this, you're that. And that gets to be very personal. I'll give you the last word on it.
Look, the slings and arrows of the business, if you're not used to that, you should be doing something else. So that's not, I don't think that's the real issue. The real issue here is whether you're playing the short game or the long game. The short game, where you control one house of Congress, you have no chance of repealing Obamacare. Zero, because the other side sees it as the signature issue of the president and the Senate. You play the long game. You don't risk your popularity, which I think is increasing for the GOP. People are very disillusioned with what the Democrats have done in the last 5 years. You play for the elections in 14 and in 16. You build a constituency, and you don't show that you are completely irresponsible and shut down the government, knowing that you will in the end have to cave.